It's very rare, but you can get COVID-19 even after you're fully vaccinated. And among those who do get sick, it's extremely rare, but some people do die. Our investigative partners at inewsource dug through the records here and found 3 cases of people who did pass away after vaccination. The good news is that cases and deaths from the coronavirus are lower than they've been since the start of the pandemic. But these deaths show there is still a risk. Joining us now is inewsource investigative reporter Mary Plummer, who broke this story. Mary, good to see you as always. What can you tell us about the people who died even after being vaccinated? Are there similarities in their profiles?
Hi, Carlo. Yes, the 3 deaths I was able to confirm were all among people with underlying medical conditions. They range in age from 69 to 73. Notably, 2 of the people who died were fully vaccinated, and a 3rd man who died at Edgemoor Hospital, which is a county-run facility, he was still in the waiting period. He had received both Pfizer vaccines, but he died 8 days after the 2nd dose. I spoke with his sister. In his case, she found out that he had the virus in early January. It was back when we were seeing those spikes in the virus right after the holidays. But the most recent of these deaths happened just a couple of weeks ago in mid-June. As you mentioned, these cases are extremely, extremely rare, but we have confirmed there are a couple of them now right here in San Diego County.
And we see with those common profiles or the similarities in those profiles, those are much like the early makeup of so many of the people who we lost in this COVID pandemic. But now, what is the risk for the majority of the population to get sick or possibly even die from the virus after being vaccinated?
It's very low. A county spokesman said that among fully vaccinated people, 0.0001% have died. So it's quite tiny. One expert in infectious diseases who I spoke with for this story said that the likelihood is similar to getting struck by a meteor and dying. So it's just not happening very often at all. Right now in San Diego County, we have over 1.8 million residents who are fully vaccinated. That's about 66% of those eligible. And the vast, vast majority of those vaccines have not resulted in any problems and have been extremely successful and safe.
So, Mary, with such a low case rate for vaccinated people and so few of those who do get sick getting severely ill, what's the importance of this for the general population? What is the takeaway here?
You know, I think that we can all rest assured that the vaccines are working and they're providing widespread protection against COVID-19. Across the entire U.S. right now, the CDC has only recorded 750 deaths of fully vaccinated people. I spoke with physicians for this story who told me they trust the vaccines, and what they're really worried about is the people who have not yet gotten vaccinated. They say even if you've already had COVID-19, you should still get vaccinated so that you can get as much protection as possible. And, you know, I think it's important to keep in mind, even as businesses and everyday life is beginning to return to somewhat normalcy here in San Diego, the virus is still out there. The Delta variant is spreading in California. It spreads much faster. And the current vaccines do help protect you against that. They are believed to be effective against the variant. So if you haven't been vaccinated yet, now is a great time to do so.
Pretty clear message. If you haven't gotten the shot yet, you probably should. Mary Plummer with inewsource.org. Thanks as always for joining us on this Tuesday.
Thanks, Carlo.